Hey, this is Brian with King Grizzly. In this video, I'm going to show you how to put text over an Elementor image widget. In a previous video, I showed how to put text over a container that had a background image, which is quite a versatile approach. You can screen the image back using a gradient. You can even change the image out per device size, like tablet and mobile, and it will grow depending on how much text is in here. It's a great approach, but there are some drawbacks potentially with accessibility and also with optimization. For example, some image optimization plugins have a really hard time with background images. So let's take a look at how we could do this using an image widget instead of the background image approach. Okay, so what I've got here is just a container I'm using as a row. I'm going to put another container in it to make our image design. Typically, the solution tends to be with just adding containers and styling them or adding more containers inside, but we'll start with one. We're going to give it a width. For my design, I'm going to say I want it to be about 30% wide. For now, I'm going to zero out the padding. I'm also going to give it a background color just to make it easy to see for now. There we go. And we want to drag an image in here. Image, drop that in. Let me go pick one. There we go. Got one. All right. I'm going to name my container. We'll call this image card. Okay. Now we need text. So I'm going to go multi-select these. I'm pressing Command to multi-select. It might be Control or Alt on the PC, not sure. Then I'm going to right-click, copy those. Come back down to my image card container. I'm going to add another container in for my text. I'm going to give that a little bit of padding. I'm going to give it 18 pixels. I'm feeling generous. 24. Okay, then I'll paste my text in there. We won't see it because it's white. I'm going to click on the image card. I'm going to go to layout and I'm going to zero out my gap for now. Okay, we need to figure out how to get this container text. I'm going to label that navigator. Always a good idea. How are we going to get that over the image? What we need to do is make the image take on the height of the card without warping. So what we can do is go to, let's go to advanced and we'll go position absolute. And what we're going to need here, now we've got that image so it's sort of out of the normal flow. So the text is actually there. So if we give the text container, click on that, go to advanced, give it a Z index of like 1 or 2, you'll see it goes in front of the image. But we need to make sure the image is always the height of the full card, because if I have a lot of text, let's say this heading was much longer, I'll show you. Paste, 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 paste. Look at that. The image isn't going to grow. Now I can click on the image and go style, hey, make this 100%. So I go to percent, I type 100, nothing. Doesn't work. Well, what do we need to do? Because normally I could just say make it 100% high and set it to cover so it doesn't warp. Didn't work, right? What we need to do is go to the advanced tab of the widget, go to custom CSS, and I'm going to type in the word selector. This just selects this current widget. Now you could, if you wanted to, give this a class and then associate a CSS class, but for the demo, I'll just do selector. We need to tell this to be like on the top, right, bottom, and left to always touch. So I'm going to say top 0, right 0, bottom 0, left 0. So we're saying, hey, this image is absolutely positioned and we want it to always be touching all of the sides. So if I go back to style, I don't even know if I need that 100% anymore. Yes, I do. Keep it on. What's cool is we can still play with object position and move our object around the image if we want to. Center typically is good, right? So let's reduce the amount of text there. We can see the image is definitely growing. Now, we may want to set a minimum height. The way we'll do that is we'll use our text container to do that. So I'm going to go to layout and I'm going to give a minimum height of 360. I think that looks nice, like those other cards. Great. So two things, we don't have a border radius and we don't have that tint, like the darkening, so we can read the text. One way to do the darkening, since our text container is the one creating all this space, we can go to style. This is probably the easiest way to do this, and use background or background overlay. I use background overlay. If you click on the paintbrush, pick a dark image, there we go. We have an opacity slider. Voila, this is working, right? I tend to like to use the gradient slider, so I will slide my opacity all the way up. and then I'll go pick two dark colors and I'll use the RGBA setting so I can adjust the alpha channel there. And let's do the other one, RGBA, bring that down, make sure it's readable. We can play with the location of the gradient. We can play with the angle of the gradient. Pretty nice. Okay, so then we've got our option for darkening. Now I'll show you another way you could do this, although it's, in my opinion, not the best way. But if you found like an edge case where this isn't working for some reason because of the way your design is, there's one other way I know how to darken it, but it's a little odd, and it will only sometimes work. So you could take the container the image is in here and give that a background color. So let's say, like right now it's white. I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to go to background overlay. We'll pick that a dark color, and it's on a 50% opacity. So I could then go to the image and I could give it a negative Z index here, -1. Now we're not seeing it because it's actually going behind the row's background color. If I go to the row, or where is it at? I thought the row had a background color. Oh, it's actually my whole page container panel. If I turn that off, you can see it now. So my image has moved backwards in the layout. But again, it only works sometimes. So like this would kind of work because we have a white background. But if the parent has a background color, you can see it's getting in the way of that negative Z index. So I don't think that's a great way to do it. But if you ran into a situation where it just wasn't working, to do the original approach I showed, that's an option. But I liked, since our text is over the top anyway, turning that on. How about the border radius? We can click on the image card, go to Style, Border, and set a border radius. But wait a minute, there's no border radius. We need to click Layout, go down to Additional Options, Overflow, and turn on Hidden. Whoops, and I must have typed in a pretty wild border radius, huh? Okay, I wanted 18, not 187. There we go. So let's duplicate this and see if this is a durable solution or not. We'll try a new image. Okay, I'll go pick another image from the image library. We'll choose one that's wide. I think I have a wide one in here. I know this is wide. See that? It's kind of wide. And it works. So I can play around with positioning if I want to. Some of them have an effect, some of them don't, depending on. So maybe that's kind of nice, right? So I think this is working. Let's see what happens if we have one that's particularly tall. So again, a bunch of text. Look at that. They're growing. But we've got a problem. The text over here isn't growing to match the text on the right. Let me see what I can do about that. That's a good thing to figure out. So, container text. Remember how I set a min height of 360? This is a tricky one. This is tricky. Let me think here. Okay, I think I got it. So if I click on the text container, go to the Advanced tab, I can click Grow. Look at that. Fills the space up. That is such a handy feature. That's how this works as well. If I click on this heading and go to Advanced, you'll see I have Grow on. If I don't, then the date slides up. But if I turn it on, then it pushes the date down. Now, if I had it off, another option I'd have if I went to the container text, I could go to the layout and I could play with how I want to justify my content. So depending on your design, you may find that one of these works better than what I had set up here. But this grow is a pretty sneaky way to push dates down and line them up. So I think we've achieved it. The nice benefit here is now we're using the image widget, which tends to be easy for clients to change once you train them how to do it. But also it's more visible in the markup, so it's more accessible for accessibility tools. It may help your SEO a little bit in terms of those images getting found and ranked and showing in the search results. And additionally, your page or your optimization plugin, like we really love Optimal, or like Imagify, tools like that, Short Pixel, Adaptive Images, they should be able to find those and work with them, maybe a little easier than background images. So I think this is maybe a more involved way to build a background image with text over it, but it's probably an important consideration. And I think if you had a design like this, and then you needed underneath, what if we needed something underneath this? Like get more content underneath this this text and image, like if you had a white area down here with some more text. I think the way you could achieve it is just simply by nesting in another container if you had to. Um, yeah, so you can build some pretty sophisticated layouts using Elementor. But anyway, starting to ramble. Hopefully that was helpful, and if so, please consider subscribing. And we do take requests. If there's anything you want us to try to figure out how to do, happy to do so. All right, thanks.